Mike's up. Mike's up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, gather around. It's time for Grapevine 981 on Smooth 98.1. Heidi and Ayo here this morning.
Ayo and Kayode here this morning. I was like, okay, I was waiting for my cue.
All right, guys. Anyways, and of course, we've got our wonderful analyst right here in the studio. We've got at Chef Jeff 3000. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody whose name is not Liam Neeson.
Okay. What's with that?
Yeah, if you know, you know.
And of course, we've got Jam Zone at James Silas in the studio. Good morning.
Morning, James.
Good morning.
You smell nice.
Thank you.
Okay, that sounded. Anyways.
I know he didn't expect that. He didn't see that coming. So
Yeah,
I wanted to throw you on track. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, you can reach out to us to be part of our conversation. We're at Smooth 981 FM, and you can use the hashtag Grapevine981 to reach out to us. Also, you can reach out to us on WhatsApp. The number to do that is 0809-444-0981. I'll say that once again. It's 0809-444-0981. So initially, we were supposed to have a very special guest join us in the studio this morning, Idris Abdul Kareem, to talk about his brand new music, Jaga Jaga Part 2. I was super pumped up about that this morning, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's stuck in traffic. I think at the moment he's on 3rd Mainland Bridge. So
Apologies to all my social media people that I posted, and they're all excited that Idris was going to speak about this song. We've been looking forward to having him, give his opinion. But we will still be playing the song, and maybe we get the opportunity to speak on his behalf.
Yes, most definitely. So, ladies, one more time to reach out to us on WhatsApp at 0809-444-0981. On Twitter, we're at Smooth981FM. Okay, so we've got 2 songs we want to share first, and then we'll head into our stories. So the first one is from Ricardo Banks. Now, we all know that he's moved on. He started his own music label.
Yeah.
And, well, he left the Maven Records, basically. So this is the first song from, generally, the first single, generally. Yes?
I think so.
Well, it's not his song. It's by Banks Music, but he's featured. It's featuring Ricardo Banks, but his first major outing, I'll say, after Maven Records.
All right, let's see what that sounds like. All right, Liga, stay close to your radio. Thanks, music. I thought that was just it.
Yeah, but it's his people. No, but it's featuring Ricardo Banks and Jay Young.
Yeah, but
It's him.
so it's like a record label that's saying that.
So why would you not just say Ricardo Banks? Really? Do you agree with me, please? Thank
No,
you.
sometimes
I
you
don't
just want to
agree.
test the ground.
No, he agrees with DJ.
See, what they're doing
Jeff.
is trying to promote
Are you
this
listening?
new
That's what I'm
platform
saying.
as well. So of course they would want to do
So
that.
Can you move a little bit here so we can see
You know
you?
why I'm saying that?
Sorry.
So when Davido is doing his what's that?
DMW.
DMW. You know they have DMW songs and he leads, but it's still a DMW because it's promo. So I'm guessing what Ricardo wants to do is to
Yes.
promote it.
Yes.
We're back on.
Go back on. All right, Ricardo Banks right there with the song called Yawa. So let us just dive right into it. Let's start with you, James Silas. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I think it's a beautiful song. Over time, I agree that Ricardo Banks, did I say Ricardo Banks?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, good. I think if he has a songwriter or if he's writing the song himself, I feel like he's not doing badly at all. And there's something about his voice. He has a unique voice. He has that melody. He has that vibe. Either on his own song or somebody else's song. So I'm not sure if this is his first single of his indie label.
Okay.
There's Blessing. That's Shower Your Blessing. I think that one was
Shower Your
under his
Blessing
own
was actually a really
imprint.
good song.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that actually was a good song.
so I vibe. I mean, I'm a fan of Ricardo Banks. I think he makes good music. Yeah.
How about you, Chef Jeff?
You know, I always like the contrast between me and James. We're just at 2 opposite sides of the fence here. I'm not actually, very big on the music we're talking about today, to be honest. I feel like this is just, no, it's not working for me, to be honest.
Okay.
I felt like, I tried, the coffee didn't come on time, but, at the same time, the energy was just not there in the song to wake me up. Sorry.
Is it the lyrics or the beat? What?
It's actually both, to be honest. There was no substance to it.
I thought it was a feel good song. I thought it was-
I
It
think
won't
it's
work
a
for me.
feel-good song.
Because you're always positive about everything, on your side.
Well, actually,
No, Kayode is not.
that is debatable. But here's what I think. Right, the song is a good song, but the problem is that it's not a song that I don't think the song will last till December. It's not the kind of song
Let
that
me
Absolutely
tell you
not.
what the
That's not
problem
what it
is.
is.
The problem is that you've already heard it before from Tiwa Savage.
you more or less.
Just think about the beat. All right, think about the
You're
melody.
about
yes,
to
yes,
start
actually
a
they do.
record label war right there.
You have heard it from Tiwa Savage, basically.
You're about to start a record
have.
label. And we've been
Ricardo
getting-
Banks tries. If this is his second attempt, I think it's decent, but it's not great. And because for a long time, Ricardo Banks was arguably started to be like Juan Nicole. So hey, I don't know.
but-
No, this is
okay,
legit. This is
this
basic.
But when you
song
say
is
Juan
not
Nicole,
that
what do you
bad.
mean?
You know,
This
when
song
they first
is-
signed them to Maven, everybody thought, okay, this was going to be the guy that would replace Juan Nicole, would be the one that would, take them out. And for some time, he put out a couple of good records. So the assumption was that, Ricardo would be like the next big thing. But
Let's
Have you
let's
listened
focus
to
on
his
the
album?
song. To be honest, all right.
the album
It's-
is decent.
This guy, I mean, he has talent. Let's be clear. But this particular song, it's just not really doing it for me. Like literally, like I'm trying to remember the name of the Tiwa song, but you could actually sing it on the same level, same everything, and it's like copy and paste that just happened. That's what I'm getting from
What
this song.
if
It's
that?
not doing
Okay, I'm not
anything.
saying anything to cause any controversy, but what if that Tiwa song was his idea? Remember, they were on the same record label.
Yeah, I know that
And he
part.
did-
So he
yeah,
just
did-
rejected his
so,
idea
No,
back.
no, yeah, well, so I'm not, don't just
You
don't
see,
come.
this
I
how it
didn't
starts.
say
This
that it
how
No,
was
it
but
starts.
Carlos
that's what you're
Banks that
essentially
did it.
saying. He
No,
rejected his idea back.
No.
But Lagos, let's listen to the second song. It's from Idris Abdul Karim. This one, I'm sure that a lot of people are waiting for generally. First one was released many years ago, basically. So let's listen. We'll get back, we'll do some more talking. Sorry?
15 years.
15 years.
When a son jagga jagga, it calls my papa. Say my mama, my papa jagga jagga. That was 16 years ago. 16 years later, make a party and play
16 years,
with the oracle. Oracle using media introduce boo. After contesting in the game for trickle down. Who became
Okay, so there's an interesting one. It says any responsible government to fix the electricity in what, 6 months? Idris Abdul Karim right there with Jaga Jaga. So let's get into it though. James Silas, what are your thoughts?
I mean, this. If you know this song,
Uh-huh.
for people that have followed, music generally in Nigeria, it's not new. It's still the same message. It's still the same. As far as I'm concerned, it was speaking facts.
Okay.
There was a part where he said a lot of artists today are claiming to be fella incarnate or whatever, but they're not even speaking up as such, and I quite agree with him. I wish he was here today. I mean, I had a couple of questions I would have liked to, ask him, but yes, anytime, any day. I think this is one of the, even from the past, even 16 years ago, like you said. I wasn't a big fan of Idris Kai when it comes to lyrical content. But he had the vibe. I mean, you cannot talk about Nigeria's music without giving him a mention. You might not be a big fan of him. I mean, like me from back in the days, but today he's actually, on this particular song, both on the first part and this very one, he was talking and I could hear what he was saying. I could understand. I could follow. I could feel him.
And
I love
it's
this song
timely.
very well. Yes.
How about you, Chef Jeff?
You know what? I too love the original song, to be honest. But with this one in particular, this is very Jaga Jaga itself. I think he can't even stay on the beat with his chorus that he did all those time ago, and it's just not really whatever he says. There's no punch to it.
Okay.
It's blatant in your face. We have electricity problems. Like me telling you that. There's nothing lyrically artistic about that, basically. So that's why I feel that's really lacking here. I felt like, nah, it's not working. Especially when he can't even be on the beat.
So the music is good, but the creativity is absent. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying it's not a good part too. It should have just stayed in the cobwebs, or come with a better punchline. It's not working for me.
The message is we should pay attention to it.
Well, you know what? I think it's timely. The message is great. It's apt because elections are just a few weeks away already, as it is. But yes, I do agree with Chef Jeff. I think that creativity-wise, I mean, this is 2019, so things have evolved. Plus, I know that the beats still remain the same, so it's not great.
Things haven't really evolved like that. But saying that, when it's interesting that James mentioned brought Fela in and said he had actually commented about Fela, because when I think about this song and what he was trying to do, I would think that he wants to be the new Fela, an artist who is also politically conscious and speaking for the people. We've had artists in the past do that. We had African China do the was the African China, yeah, he was the one who did Mr. President, Food in No Day, and that song. So we've had artists come out and do this. Timing wise, I think it's quite bold of him, despite the backlash he got for the part one of it. You know, particularly notably from the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, who really cascaded, and I think the song was banned as well. But I think it's also important for us to be sensitive as to the message we pass on and the, you know, what people are singing at this time, because like as we say during, you know, most freshly pressed, don't hit up the quality, don't say things. If you're shouting Nigeria jaga jaga, okay, what are we doing? I would want to think that following part two of the part one would be a bit more positive and looking at how we can make or on jaga jaga this nation. Do you understand? But maybe that's how his own expression of art is. Just let me come and highlight the problems and then let somebody else come and fix it.
You must be a lawyer.
Well, you know what? That took a lot, actually. But Lagos, let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll do some more talking. Don't forget you're listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1.
No matter what type
I'm
of
trying to
day
say
you're
no because
having,
we've got short over the
how
time.
you're feeling,
And
this is
the ad
why
already, I
they
didn't put a
say
stop,
if
so
you
the ad
want
was about to kick in.
unapologetically good music. Keep it locked and Smooth 98.1. Love music.
And I just
love
think.
life.
That I just kept quiet. Once I heard the, I'm like, yeah, just keep quiet. No, but for me, to be honest,
Yeah,
I mean, another thing
Valentine
on it
is
was that, that I think he also about relevant. He knew this song was very controversial. He wants a comeback song. This is his comeback song.
My question is this: when do we stop
Yeah, we
talking?
should have just said that.
When do we stop talking about relevancy? Because at the end of the day, when the elections are over, these same matters are going to be the same things that
Yeah,
are happening.
sounds like
It's not going to be
when we
fixed
change
instantly on the day of the election. It's not going to be fixed instantly on the day that the votes are released. I mean, that the results are released. So when does the word relevancy stop being the buzzword of the period?
And okay, so I wanted to also compare it to Fowls. So Fowls is also a conscious artist.
Yeah.
You know, he sings about current issues.
But there's a punchline to
Yes,
it.
and it's relatable, it's creative,
Yeah.
irrespective of what people. So what you're talking about it not being creative enough for it to be art is absolutely correct. If that's the case, means I can bring my own song. It's not to write the problems of
That's
Nigeria.
it now.
Nigeria,
Seriously.
on my street there is no road.
Traffic
see
on
Oki Hotel,
First
it's
Name,
so bad,
the
you
Milan
know.
Bridge.
Yeah.
You
So,
know.
but Fowls does it with, and that's what music and, you know, art and being politically conscious is. Like you're using your art to pass a message. It's not meant to be just bare. And I just don't want. I know it's listening. I didn't want to really insult him, but honestly,
It's frequency.
No, good.
Love music, love life. You're listening to Mind News.
Welcome back, Lagos. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Grapevine 981 right here on Smooth 98.1 with Ayo.
I'm Kayode.
And of course, we've got our very special guest, that's Chef Jeff 3000 and also James Silas. All right, Lagos, so let's get back into the stories, shall we? Don't forget, you can reach out to us to be a part of our conversation.
Yes, we're live on Twitter at Smooth981. Use the hashtag Grapevine981, and also on WhatsApp you can send us your messages if you have any reactions to the songs we played and also the stories. Please send to 0809 444 0981. Make it quick because we're about to get out of the studio for Grapevine. This one is coming in from, unfortunately you haven't put your name on there, we cannot read you, so please put your name there so we can identify who it is. Also this one is from Uche in Ikeja. It says this Idris song is just alright, not very nice word. Dear God, this is a very poor song. Next.
Alright, let's see. This one here from Zok from Yaba says, sorry, there was no need for the Jaga Jaga part 2. Sorry, nothing creative or wow. Jeff, I did your back. Alright, Biggie from K2 says, this new song from Idris is jam-packed. The new lyrics added is like fried rice and chicken, and then one man from nowhere just pour a Jebu Gari on top and ask you to eat it. And Fowls is the new fella speaking about the woes in government. Alright, let's see. Let's get back to the stories, shall we? This one here talks about the Grammys. Seun Kuti to perform at this year's Grammys.
Yay!
And we're super pumped up for that one. So Fela Nicola Kuti, or rather Afrobeat legend, his son, Fela Nicola Kuti, Seun Kuti, son of the legend, Afrobeat legend, Fela Nicola Kuti has been listed as one of the artists billed to perform at the 61st Grammy Awards, and it's scheduled to hold on February 10th at the Staples Center. And you know what? guys, I think this is great news. Because for the longest time, we've been talking about Femi Kuti being nominated for the Grammys. Now we have, Sean Kuti performing. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Even not further beyond just getting a nomination. I mean, it's deep in my head. I feel like Sean might come home with this particular flag.
Yes, yes.
What I'd like to see is actually it being part of like the main viewing, because you know how they show all these things at the end, like the shows that they just glossed over, the awards they just glossed over, like and just put highlights. As part of the main event, I'd be much happier with this. But either way, it's a great thing too.
At least it's a step in the right direction.
But let's also note though that he's not the only African who's going to be performing. According to reports, the news story that there are going to be other people who have been nominated will also perform. So I'm not trying to be the one to now pour like, oh, just let us enjoy this win. But the fact is that so that before we start to celebrate early, that other nominees, and they're actually doing a song together. So he's doing a song with he's in with some other people from
Fatoumata Diawara.
Yes, and they're doing a Mexican folklore. The only thing I want to ask, why are they doing a Mexican folklore? Why can't they do a Nigerian or African song? Okay, that's right.
Well,
That's all right.
that makes sense actually.
Next year.
Possibly next year. But let's take a look at the next story here. No PVC, no entrance as MI Abaga's free concert 2019 CBN tour. It was held in Jos basically, and the story essentially talks about how MI Abaga said that if you don't have your PVCs, you can't come into the concert. And the quote here says people can register and get a ticket to the show, but once they have their PVCs and are registered to vote, the concert is free. And he said that during an interview. So I like the fact that he's socially conscious, and the election's around the corner. So many people are talking about this. It's great that musicians are out there at the forefront, and this is one way to push this.
Absolutely. I mean, where MI comes from, where he comes from, where he
grew up, yeah.
Jos. We know the crisis, everything, that a lot of things, bad things that have happened in that city, and I know MI is one of those people, not just MI actually, but MI Two-Face, and a couple of them that actually put hands together to see that everything, there's peace in that land, and people are more, aware and conscious of how to go about picking their leaders and sort of loving each other more. So I like the fact that he had to do this whole show your PVC to come in for free. And Emma is a legend as far as that city is concerned, even generally. So it's only proper that you put your voice, or you lend your voice, or contribute your own quota in terms of inviting people to participate in governance. So it's a good thing.
I'm just like, if my PVC is not just ready anymore, or the queue was too long, you can't be blaming me. I wanted to listen to free music, and now I can't come. It's not my fault. So therefore, anyway, moving on.
But you know what? I think that's part. I think it's just. I don't think it's. I think it's. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's just a way to say, get your PVCs. I don't actually think that he'll turn people back at the concert.
Chef Jeff, I did want to ask you if you have a PVC, because
Yes, Chef Jeff. Do
yes,
you have
I
your
won't
PVC?
ask you because because at the end of the day, the reason you want to listen to free music without your PVC, you pay for it. You pay for it for not being a patriotic Nigerian, and and that's what he's doing. It's trying to raise awareness, and such a creative way to do it. I see more artists doing this. There's another person, I won't mention his name because he's running as well, so I won't mention. But there are other people who are doing this, and EIE have actually done this time and time again. So they've done concerts, and they've incentivized it by asking people to bring their PVCs or their voters card, and they would enter for free. This is brilliant, particularly for young people who would normally not, have they're quite apathetic to political matters. So it's great. If you don't have a PVC, like somebody might not have a PVC, pay for it.
I have not said that I don't have one. I have one. I just don't know.
And I hope they give you premium
Don't
price.
worry, we believe you. We believe you. Before we get into the messages, because we see all of them coming through, let's quickly talk about Ben Affleck. Okay, he'll no longer play the role of Batman. The new Bruce Wayne will be chosen for upcoming movies. And you know what? For the longest time, a lot of people have debated back and forth about, him not being the ideal candidate. But Chef Jeff, I would like to know what your thoughts are.
You know what? Here's the thing, right? When some people like Variety did a list of best Batmans, and somehow he got fourth position ahead of Clooney, who I thought was actually worse. Kilmer got like seventh position, when I thought he would actually do a whole lot better job than Nipplegate, which was basically Clooney era. You know, when he was cast in this role, it was very wonky in its own right, and I'm happy. The truth of the matter is that he's not had a storyline as Batman that's allowed him to grow in the role. The script has always been terrible. Batman versus Superman was an absolutely horrible movie. Justice League was an absolutely horrible movie.
I agree with
so
you.
he didn't have a chance to actually grow in these things in particular. What I'm looking forward to is if they can get the formula right for the script and cast somebody else that's worthy as well. I mean, I'm rooting for Michael Fassbender. If that could happen, that would be excellent. But otherwise, he's not had a chance to grow in the role, and I wish that there was something, at least one script, that he could have had good justice on, pun intended. But it is what it is.
James?
I'm indifferent. I mean, I'm even like there was time we said maybe they'll stop. What's it called? The whole, one of those Avengers or
Okay.
I can't remember. And I said I really don't care because I'm beginning
You're
to
more of
get tired
a
of
you're
this
more of a
thing.
Marvel person as opposed to DC.
I'm beginning to get tired of
elements.
this thing.
Yeah,
So
you-
they just.
The problem with this Batman for me is that I don't think he was also the director. I think at some point he was writer director.
Yes.
So that was too much weight on him. And Batman, for the longest time, they've not gotten it right. From Christian Bale down to it was just.
I thought Christian
Bale
Bale
was
was
excellent.
quite, yeah, I thought it was quite a good,
Bale was excellent.
Batman.
But
I
don't let me
know.
come for you right now.
I
First
don't
of all,
know. I
and then
don't know.
secondly, all right, let's be clear. If Ben Affleck is writing or directing something, you've got something that's potentially Academy Award worthy. This has been proven from time and time again. So it would have been a lot of weight on him, but a lot of good from him.
All right, let's get to the messages, shall we?
Alright, yes, indeed. Now, this one added here says it's Grapevine, not Mortal Kombat. See, as when I finished Idris' new jam, I agree with you guys, Sha. Look at this human. Ade, thank you very much. We have this one here as well. Ibrahim Talabi says, Sean is practically getting Nice's dream without bragging and hard work. Nice, where are you? I remember you said you'd bring home Grammy in your first
Wow.
album. Well,
You know what?
He said one day, it's not today.
This guy says here, Emeka says, I think we all need our PVC. People need to be concerned, and MI has done well doing this, please. Other artists take a cue from Files and MI. And Dubem comes in real quick and says, good morning, this is Dubem. Bale just had a good story. DC has not gotten it right with Batman. And I agree with him. I agree with him on that one. Anyways, Lagos, we're going to go on a break one more time. When we get back, we'll bring you the final stretch of the Grapevine. Don't forget, you can reach out to us one more time on WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp 0809 444 Save it.
So 21 Savage, R. Kelly. Good to go.
Oh shit. Oh,
There's no ad.
Hold on.
I thought that was an ad. I swear down.
She mentioned it now.
She mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back now.
We back in now?
Yeah.
Come back now.
The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 in collaboration
And
with
Frank is
Verve,
also
the
doing
rewarding
it,
way
so
to
that's
make
more
payments.
campaigns.
Mhm.
I mean, in
Related.
concerts.
Verve, the rewarding way to make payments.
Music is about soul healing vibes that transcend you with lyrical grooves, lifting you into love as you flow through.
Welcome back to Eva Johnson.
My music is frequency.
I see what Valentine was saying now. Yeah,
Love
looking
life.
here. And you're also looking
You're
here.
listening to Mind News. Bless them with the face, bless them with the pretty mind too. I may look like her, but we're not the same, mind you. All the things I'm saying are spinning your mind, mine too. Call it mental gymnastics or better, call it mind food. You can find your mind when you let
Yeah,
it.
about Justice Smollett.
I think, yeah,
Justice
I think
Smollett.
Smollett.
Should we talk about him?
Yeah, cause we didn't just touch on it.
We didn't talk about it last
Touch
Last
on
week
it
we
a
were not
little
able to
bit.
touch on it.
Okay, mic's up.
R. Kelly.
All right, welcome back to Lagos. Don't you touch that down. That's according to Miss Eva Johnson. She was once here on the Grapevine, by the way. Shout out to her. And we're still talking all about stories. We've got our very special guest, that's Chef Jeff 3000.
Yeah.
And James Silas.
Yep.
And also Kayode is still here with you. Don't
Yep.
forget Lagos. What is going on this morning? 0809-444-0981 is where you can send your messages to. Okay, so let's talk about Jussie Smollett. So he was attacked last week, and he's come out to make a comment. He says that his statement says, for the first time when the news broke, he said, let me start by saying that I'm okay. My body is strong, but my soul is stronger. More importantly, I want to say thank you. The outpouring love and support from my village has meant more than I will ever be able to truly put into words. And I don't know, guys, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, look, the good thing is a positive mindset. I mean, what happened to him is I feel like it's unfair. It's what it is. People, everybody has a right to live the way they want to live. So, hating on from either racism, either tribalism, whatever it is bad. But thankfully, he's taking it, in a good way.
Yeah,
And this
justice
is
will
him
be served.
forgiving everybody and pretty much.
I don't know about
I'll
forgiving.
I don't know
I
about
don't
forgiving,
think
but
that's
this will be
Maybe
a,
that's what it is. Not
he's
forgetting,
seeking,
but
he's seeking
forgiving.
justice, and at some point in time, it will come his way.
Hopefully.
Great that we're talking. We haven't actually touched on this when the news broke last. I think we reported it in the news, but didn't talk about it on the grapevine. And it's just to pass the message again, or to reinforce or reiterate the fact that should you be so violent to someone else, even if you don't agree with what their views are, you should respect people. You should respect their right to life. And I think it was just so horrible. And sometimes people hide under the guise of these things to perpetrate the evil that's in their hearts. It's not really about who the person is, it's just about them looking for an outlet to perpetrate evil. So I'm glad that he's coming out strong, and I hope it's a message to other people as well.
Let's talk about R. Kelly, shall we? So R. Kelly will be feeling more left out following a ban by a public council in Philadelphia that has restricted him from entering the city. Since testimonies from a group of women who alleged that the R&B singer sexually abused them when they were kids, and there have been noticeable resentment from a large number of Americans, some of them celebrities just like the singer. So this is one backlash, right? Outside the fact that we've seen streaming sites pull down his song, and also a lot of people
Sony as well backed away.
So I don't know, how far do you think this will go with R. Kelly?
As far as it needs to go.
Yes, as far as it needs to go. I mean, eventually, is there any case? Have you opened this case properly? You know,
As far as it needs to go.
He might end up in jail, because
but he's also suing the company that made the film. That's what's it called again? He's suing them for defamation, basically, and also word has it that he's putting out an album. I think it's almost ready. So
how can he be putting out an album?
So the question is, I think this might be a good time to put out an album /
You take advantage of the attention.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
He might just do an O.J. Simpson, if I actually did it.
No, people are so sensitive nowadays to sexual crimes, particularly from celebrities who were not found out, in quotes, earlier on. So they're very. He's not going to be a
No,
hero.
but that's the thing. I know, but you'll be shocked that people will still go and listen. What is he going to say? They'll buy the album. He'll sell out.
The fact that he's
Well,
actually
surprised.
suing means that it's going to drag on for a while, but at
Yeah.
some point in time, the real story is going to come out. The real price is going to be paid. This is not the first time that his story has been in the picture, and I believe Swako from the very beginning, when she was like, yeah, that was my niece in the video that he was with. So, at some point in time, yes, it will drag on, but again, justice is going to be served.
Yes, very true. All right, we'll go to our messages. Don't forget you can send your message on WhatsApp or on Twitter. This one is from MI from Akoka. Oh, there you go. Sheon Kuti on that stage is huge. He spelled it as huge. So I'm not just, he said huge. Big league to say the least. It's a good first start. Of course, it comes with its own nuances, but it's a welcome development. Great one by MI. Cool that artists are using their platforms and clouds to keep electorates woke.
And this one here from Big E from Casey says, Ben Affleck is not the ideal Batman since Christian Bale and Heath Ledger did theirs. People still feel the movie. You get lines
like, why so
serious?
Why so serious?
Yes, until then, Marvel is better than DC. Shion Kuti's winning the Grammy for us. We consulted the gods from the shrine. Let's stop homophobia. I'm not homo, but it's their choice. All right, okay, so let's get back to the stories, shall we? Let's talk about 21 Savage.
Nigeria is not that choice, so let me just put that out there. It's not that choice in Nigeria. In the US it is, but in Nigeria it's not.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Ayo. Let's talk about 21 Savage. He was arrested in the US and he's set for deportation. And you know what, guys? Let's just let you have a bite of this.
So 21 Savage, basically, he apparently is not as American as he seems. Basically, that tainted is actually in it He's like basically, yeah, that's what the situation is. But according to the story, was that his parents had been illegal immigrants or something like that in the U.S. for a while, and he had apparently filed for citizenship that had not fully been processed. But right now, all we can say is that he's being held in custody, and all of the stories that he said about growing up in in tough neighborhoods of Atlanta and whatnot was actually knew him somewhere in London. So, well, we'll see how it pans out. I guess his lawyer came forward and said that he also has children who are American citizens and so on and so forth. So until we get some more of the story, at the moment it's just really enjoying the memes about the whole situation. Tommy Lauren decided to wade into this thing, and Cardi B stepped on like, "Don't let me go and get my leash for you." So that their ongoing drama is still going on too, linking up with this. But yeah, we just have to wait and see how it pans out.
It's an interesting twist. I remember when French Montana was when he was granted full citizenship. So at the time I thought, so the guy is not even American.
Yeah.
So it just sort of tells you, and then of course it's all of this is a reflection of what's going on with the Donald Trump government. I wish him all the best because truly, like the stories are saying, he has invested a lot. He's probably paying tax. His children are there. It's all his life, so to speak.
Yeah, but what then happens to his music? If everything goes south, what happens to his music in America?
He's made a name already. I don't think anything will affect the music. But it's just that American market is very, very important. People in the UK are not selling as big as. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but pretty much, I think he has made a name for himself already.
We don't have facts on that one.
Yes, I think he has made.
At the end of the day, even
already.
if he goes and becomes Sir Savage, in the UK, it's still music that he's going to be making that has that crossover appeal. So it doesn't really affect him, so to speak. Whether he could be based in Brazil, he could be based in Mexico, but his name is already out there.
But
we're talking about him here.
And the money he gets from performances. So that's why I would say where he's bigger. What country? Because if he's really big in the US, imagine the revenue that comes from him performing in different places. He's losing that huge chunk of revenue. So it's going to be.
He just needs to get a visa now.
They won't give
but they'll ban him for a bit.
They'll ban him
because which is the part that his lawyers need to actually stand for. Yeah. He came into the country at the age of 12. So I feel like they should fight it, and if he doesn't go through.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
If you know you don't have papers, why would you go and become a music star?
He was 12. I don't know.
He might not even be
aware.
And
then he grew up and then got to the point where.
He hadn't regularized his stay. He knew he hadn't regularized his stay.
You don't have paperwork, ain't it? Became in it, so that's just really the situation right now.
But last, I think we'll be fine.
Okay, so our final story, just before we leave the studio, let's talk about Bow Wow. He's been charged with battery along with a woman who he claims assaulted him. So the story says American rapper Bow Wow and a woman he claimed had assaulted him have been arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery after a confrontation they both had on Saturday, which was February 2nd, 2019. So Bow Wow has been in and out of the news, basically. Depression, his music was bad, he went from good to bad to not so good, and now this case. Generally, what are your thoughts about this?
I hate how this thing is being depicted as though they're perfect strangers. For starters, she's his girlfriend, one, or was, for sure, when the case may be at present. Secondly, they're appearing on a show together as well. This is basically a situation whereby I think the police just want to get the stories from both people first and know what the facts are. Apparently, the rumor has it, it's not verified just yet that this fight started because he saw her flirting with somebody named Shaquille, who we're not sure Shaquille O'Neal or something, and then he felt disrespected, air quotes, and then stuff happened apparently. But until we get the full gist, let's stop saying like, oh, a woman that assaulted him or whatnot, that's his girlfriend or his girl or whoever she was at that present time. So they knew each other. Let's know.
And you know how this thing can go now. If you find a man and a woman fighting, automatically it becomes a matter of the story will just be the guy.
Battery, yeah.
But I think it can happen in both ways, and they'll be fine.
Last, everybody will be alright.
They'll be alright.
This picture reminds me of another celebrity and his girlfriend. Can anyone take a guess?
Well, you're gonna go with Brown.
You're
going with
Chris Brown,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Except in this case, Bow Wow is the
he has flashes on his face. Yeah. But it's all good. Thank you so much. I guess that's all we can take this morning on the Grapevine. Big shout out to our analysts. That's talking about at ChefJeff3000 on Twitter.
Yep.
And also James Silas.
Yeah.
Any last words, guys?
James Silas, Jam Zone, Google me.
Chef 3000, Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you right here on the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 next week.
All right, Lagos. I might try that before we leave. I will be here for Lagos Talks 981, where we get to bring you one of the stories shared on Freshly Pressed. I was just going to say Grapevine.
It's alright. We can go over it again.
Yep.
All right, Lagos. Stay close to your radio. We'll be back after this.